G'day everyone. Bit of an Aussie intro, and we'll just rip into a few of the weekend's runners. We're just going to highlight the Group 1 runners for the weekend on what is a very exciting...
Super Saturday.
Yeah, very exciting weekend.
Footy on Sunday night to boot.
Who's playing?
Parramatta and Penrith.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I tipped
Battle of
them,
the West.
Didn't I tip them a few weeks ago?
Yeah, you tip everything.
Para?
Everything.
Yeah.
So he Zumbo.
Yeah. What was that good winner that Tommy rode for us? Quality time?
Oh, you got one.
Oh, I
Finally
got one. Righto, we'll crack straight on into the Flight Stakes, where you're represented by two fantastic runners, two 3-year-old fillies, both already got black type on their page, but looking for that Group 1. First of all, Zougotcha from Barrier 2.
Yeah, well, she's won every race she's contested this prep so far anyway. Good draw. Like all horses, a bit of a question mark over the track, but she's at least one on a heavy surface, one on a soft surface, so shouldn't worry her too much. She gets a nice run, she's ready to step up to the mile, and she'll take a lot of beating.
And Madam Pomegranate, I think it is.
She's
That's
going
the
well.
correct pronunciation.
She just about beat Zougotcha last start. On that occasion, she had a wide draw. She covered a lot more ground and failed by basically that much. So she's come on well. Is she the horse that takes the quantum leap from improvement perspective, 1200 to 1400? We saw it. Can she do the same improvement from 1400 to a mile? So that's the unknown at this time of the year, especially with 3-year-olds and especially with fillies. So she's the big query and perhaps the one to beat.
Yeah, I guess with obviously the one's by Zoustar and one's by No No Never, so you wouldn't necessarily think they're out and out milers, but that's an exciting race. Okay, we'll head straight on into race 8, the Tab Epsom. We have 3 very good runners here. Fangirl, Tommy Berry, Barrier 5.
She was a little disappointing last start. Maybe we rode her a touch close. Huey gave her the run of the race basically, and I'm just thinking maybe ride her a bit quieter. So at least she's drawn a good gait. Same could be said about the track with her. She's better on soft or better. So I'll be keeping an eye on that track on Saturday. The forecast is not great.
And then Kiku, Barrier 12, Jason Collett.
Terrific win first up, and drawn wide. But 12 horse field, I doubt it's too much of an issue. Maybe she's out in the better going late in the day, so couldn't have been any more impressive in a first up win. She likes the Randwick Mile, and she's okay in heavy conditions.
Okay, and Hinged from Barrier 9.
Well, she'd be the handicapper's pick on tipping down at the weights, having beaten Fangirl home last start and dropping to 51.5. Kira McAvoy aboard. Barrier 9 makes it a touch tricky, but she's pretty versatile. She can race forward or sit off them wherever she's comfortable and wherever Kieran's happy.
Okay, then into the Metropolitan. Cucaracha, Barrier 1, Brenton Avdulla.
Yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, third up, 2400 on a wet track, but he's won in a Queensland Derby. We've always had this race in mind, and just hoping that he gets through the conditions and runs well.
Yeah, 55's not too much weight. I think it's a nice race. No compromise. Tommy.
It's his distance, good jockey, good draw. He's okay in the heavy. I'd much rather him on a heavy 8 than a heavy 10. I think he won the Queen's Cup on a heavy 9, 2400 metres. So it's his type of race. He's a genuine Group 2 horse, and this is not the strongest Group 1.
Okay, then into Durston, who's obviously won two Gold Cups in his last 2 starts.
He's flying, simple as that. They've been on better tracks. I think they were both on soft, and that would be the only query. At this stage, it's a soft 7, and the weather forecast is a bit patchy. But as long as it's fine on the day and he gets reasonable footing, who knows? He might handle it. I don't think he's run on a heavy track. So he's going very well. He can certainly stay. Good jockey and good draw. He'll be very hard to beat.
Okay, then Chalkstream, Barrier 2.
Yeah, with obviously an honour to have the horse running, and we missed a run whilst the royal family were in mourning, obviously with Her Majesty's passing. But is he really a horse that needs a lot of racing? He's naturally a very fit horse, isn't he?
He is.
We've done
He is
quite
indeed.
a bit of work with him, experimenting with gear, getting him to run straight. The boys at home and girls at home have done a great job with all the horses going into this meeting, and in particular this horse. So we're hoping the
For a
different
good
gear,
lightweight performance.
yeah, gives Kathy a bit of an opportunity to steal the show.
And Hammer On, barrier 7.
I liked his run last week, albeit in a much easier race. 2,400 metres will be no problem. He just powered through the line the other day. Yeah, so he's a genuine lightweight chance. He'll get a soft run from the draw and might just cause an upset.
Okay, then you've got 2 who are dual accepted down at Flemington as well, so we'll touch quickly on them. Surefire, who's drawn 13 and is also in the Group 1 Turnbull Stakes.
Yeah, I think him and Francesco will both head to Melbourne. They're both looking out for better tracks. And as they're both drawn wide, I think it makes that decision a bit easier. So you'll see them in Melbourne. They'll both improve on better tracks.
Okay, so we'll go straight into the Turnbull now. Great House, barrier 15, Brett Crabble.
Yeah, tricky draw. Terrific run first up, over 1,700 from a wide gate that occasion. He's a good old horse. He ran 5th in the Caulfield Cup last year. That's where we're heading this year. So it'd be nice to see him finishing off strong from the awkward draw, suggesting he's a good chance in the Caulfield Cup.
Geez, Brett gave him a push yesterday when I was at Flemington.
Well, he said after his first up run, he said if he drew a barrier, he could have won. So I'm not saying he can't win, but it'll just top him off nicely for the Caulfield Cup, and wouldn't mind a win next to his name if he did happen to win.
Okay, and you've also got Crystal Pegasus, Michael D.
Yeah, like a lot of horses, just looking for better tracks. We've seen horses south to Victoria. We've got wet tracks down there. And he's a good example. He needs a good track. Once he finds his form, he'll hold it. Let's hope he's starting to head in the right direction on Saturday.
And Surefire looking to bounce back on a dry deck.
Ditto, yeah, very much the same. His work's been good, hasn't it? Quick question whether he's looking for a little bit further, but I think he's a sharp enough horse to love the Flemington track. Turn that negative gate into a positive by finishing off strong.
Perfect. Well, good luck, all.